Hey Plant Fam, I'm Daddy Plant and I fix brown leaves, not broken hearts. Today we are talking about one of the most popular, most forgiving, and honestly most beautiful houseplants you can grow indoors, the Dracaena. You might know it as the corn plant, the dragon tree, or even the Song of India. But no matter what you call it, this plant is a total champion for beginners and experienced plant parents alike. In this video, we're going to cover everything: light, water, soil, humidity, fertilizer, pruning, propagation, and the most common problems you'll run into. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make your Dracaena thrive. No plant shaming, no confusing advice, just real tips that work. Grab your watering can and let's get growing. First, let's talk about what a Dracaena actually is. Dracaenas are tropical plants native to Africa, Asia, and Central America. There are over 120 different species, but the ones you'll find most often at your local plant shop or big box store are the Dracaena marginata. That's the one with thin, spiky, red-edged leaves. The Dracaena fragrans, the corn plant with wide, arching green leaves. The Dracaena lemon lime, bright yellow and green stripes. And the Dracaena compacta, a smaller, dense version. What makes Dracaenas special? Two things. First, they're incredibly adaptable. They can survive in lower light than most other houseplants. Second, they're natural air purifiers. NASA's Clean Air study actually named Dracaenas among the best plants for removing toxins like formaldehyde and benzene from indoor air. So you're not just decorating your home, you're cleaning the air you breathe. But adaptability doesn't mean no care. Let's get into exactly what your Dracaena needs. Let's start with light. This is probably the number one question I get. Where should I put my Dracaena? Here's the honest answer. Dracaenas prefer bright, indirect light. Think of the light that comes through a north or east-facing window. That soft, gentle brightness that doesn't cast harsh shadows. A spot a few feet away from a south or west-facing window also works great, as long as the sun isn't beating directly on the leaves. But here's what's awesome. Your Dracaena will also tolerate medium light, and even low light. Will it grow fast in low light? No. Will it look as vibrant? Probably not. But will it survive while you figure out that dark corner of your living room? Absolutely. What you want to avoid is direct afternoon sun. That harsh, hot light will burn the leaves. You'll see brown, crispy patches that look like the plant got sunburned. And on the flip side, if your Dracaena gets too little light, the new leaves will be smaller, and the stripes or colors on variegated varieties will fade. Quick tip: if you notice your plant leaning toward the window, it's asking for more light. Rotate your pot every couple of weeks to keep the growth even. Okay, let's talk about watering. If you kill your Dracaena, this is probably why. Not because you forgot to water it, but because you overwatered it. Dracaenas hate sitting in soggy soil. In their natural environment, they get a good rain, and then the soil dries out completely before the next rain. We need to mimic that. Here's my simple rule. Water your Dracaena when the top 50 to 75% of the soil is dry. How do you check? Stick your finger into the soil up to your second knuckle. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If you feel any moisture at all, wait 2 or 3 days and check again. In most homes, that means watering every 10 to 14 days in spring and summer, and every 3 to 4 weeks in fall and winter. But don't follow a calendar, follow the soil. When you do water, water thoroughly. Pour slowly until water runs out of the drainage holes at the bottom of the pot. Then, and this is critical, dump out any water that collects in the saucer. Never let your Dracaena sit in standing water. That's a guaranteed invitation for root rot. One more thing about water. Dracaenas are sensitive to fluoride and chlorine, which are commonly found in tap water in the US. The signs? Brown leaf tips and yellow edges. To avoid this, use filtered water, rainwater, or let your tap water sit out overnight before using it. That allows some of the chlorine to evaporate. Now let's look at what goes underneath. Your Dracaena needs well-draining soil. Regular potting mix from a bag is a great starting point, but it's usually too heavy on its own. I recommend mixing 3 parts standard indoor potting mix with 1 part perlite or orchid bark. That extra perlite creates air pockets, so water flows through instead of pooling around the roots. When it comes to pots, always choose one with a drainage hole. I know those decorative pots without holes are pretty, but use them as a cache pot. Put your plastic nursery pot inside and take it out when you water. Terracotta pots are also great because they wick away extra moisture, which helps prevent overwatering. How often should you repot? About once every 2 to 3 years, or when you see roots growing out of the drainage holes. When you repot, only go up one pot size, for example, from a 6-inch to an 8-inch pot. Too much extra space means extra soil that stays wet too long. And you already know Dracaenas don't like wet feet. Dracaenas are tropical plants, so they appreciate humidity. But here's the good news. They're much more forgiving than ferns or calatheas. Average indoor humidity between 40 and 50% is usually fine. If your home is very dry, especially during winter when the heater is running, your plant might show brown, crispy leaf edges. To boost humidity, you have several easy options. Group your plants together. They create their own little microclimate. Place a small humidifier nearby, or set your pot on a pebble tray filled with water. Just make sure the pot isn't sitting directly in the water. What about temperature? Dracaenas like it warm, between 65 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. They can survive down to about 55 degrees, but cold drafts are a real problem. Keep your plant away from drafty windows in winter, air conditioning vents in summer, and exterior doors that open frequently. Sudden temperature changes stress the plant and can cause leaf drop. Let's talk food. Dracaenas are light feeders. That means they don't need a lot of fertilizer. In fact, over-fertilizing causes more problems than under-fertilizing. You'll see brown leaf tips, yellow leaves, or a white crust on the soil. During the growing season, spring and summer, feed your Dracaena once a month with a balanced liquid houseplant fertilizer diluted to half strength. Look for an NPK ratio like 10-10-10 or 20-20-20. Dilute it to half what the bottle says. So if the instructions say 1 teaspoon per gallon, you use half a teaspoon. Do not fertilize in fall and winter. Your plant is resting and it won't use the nutrients. Leftover fertilizer salts can build up in the soil and burn the roots. One more tip, if you've never fertilized your plant and it's been over a year, start with a very weak solution, quarter strength, to see how it responds. Pruning a Dracaena is not scary, I promise. In fact, pruning encourages bushier, healthier growth. First, remove any dead, yellow, or damaged leaves at any time. Just pull them off gently or use clean scissors. But here's where it gets interesting. Dracaenas have a unique growth habit. They grow from a central cane and the leaves form at the top. Over time, the plant gets tall and leggy with a long bare stem and a cluster of leaves at the very top. If you want a fuller, bushier plant, you can cut the top off. Here's how to do it. Using sharp, clean pruning shears, cut the stem at whatever height you want. Don't worry, it's not going to die. Within a few weeks, you'll see 2 or 3 new shoots emerge just below the cut. And the piece you cut off, you can propagate it. We'll get to that in a minute. The best time to prune is in spring or early summer. And always cut at a 45-degree angle to prevent water from sitting on the cut surface. One warning, Dracaena sap is mildly toxic to cats and dogs. It can cause drooling, vomiting, or dilated pupils. So if you have curious pets, keep your plant out of reach or choose a non-toxic plant instead. Propagation. This is one of my favorite parts. Propagating Dracaenas is surprisingly easy. You can turn one plant into 3 or 4 plants with almost no cost. There are 2 main methods, stem cuttings and top cuttings. Method 1, top cuttings. Remember when you prune the top of a leggy Dracaena? Take that cutting. It should be about 4 to 6 inches long. Remove the lower leaves so you have a bare stem. Let the cut end callus over for a few hours or overnight. Then place it in a jar of water, making sure no leaves are submerged. Change the water once a week. In 4 to 8 weeks, you'll see roots forming. Once the roots are a couple of inches long, pot it up in soil. Method 2, stem cuttings from a bare cane. If your Dracaena has a long bare stem, you can cut that stem into 3-inch sections. Make sure you know which end is up. The leaf buds always grow upward. Plant the sections horizontally in moist soil, pressed in about halfway. Keep the soil lightly moist, and in a few months, each section will sprout a new plant. Propagation is slow but satisfying. Don't give up if you don't see roots for 2 months. Dracaenas are patient plants, and they reward patient people. Let's troubleshoot. If your Dracaena looks unhappy, here's how to figure out what's wrong. Problem 1. Brown leaf tips. This is the most common complaint. Brown tips usually mean one of 3 things. Too much fluoride or chlorine in your water, low humidity, or you're letting the soil dry out too much between waterings. Try switching to filtered water, adding humidity, and watering a little more frequently. Do one change at a time so you know what works. Problem 2. Yellow leaves. If lower, older leaves turn yellow slowly and drop off, that's normal. Dracaenas naturally shed their bottom leaves as they grow. But if many leaves turn yellow at once, you're likely overwatering. Check the soil. If it's soggy, let it dry out completely before your next water. If it smells bad, you might have root rot. Problem 3. Brown spots with yellow halos. That sounds scary, but it's usually a fungal or bacterial leaf spot. Remove the affected leaves immediately. Make sure you're not splashing water on the leaves when you water. Water at soil level instead. Improve air circulation with a small fan. Problem 4. Pests. Dracaenas occasionally get spider mites, mealybugs, or thrips. Spider mites love dry conditions, so increasing humidity helps prevent them. If you see tiny webs or white cottony spots, wipe the leaves with a damp cloth and spray with neem oil or insecticidal soap. Isolate the plant from your other plants for a couple of weeks. Problem 5. Drooping stems or leaves. This usually means the plant is thirsty. Give it a good drink and it should perk up within a few hours. If it doesn't, check for root rot. Let me give you a few quick comparison tips so you never hesitate. Should I mist my Dracaena? No. Misting does almost nothing for humidity, and it can lead to fungal spots on the leaves. Use a humidifier or pebble tray instead. Should I cut the brown tips off? Yes, if they bother you. Use clean scissors and cut at an angle, leaving a tiny bit of brown so you don't cut into healthy tissue. But know that the brown tip won't turn green again. Should I put my Dracaena outside in summer? Yes, but carefully. Dappled shade on a porch or under a tree is great, but bring it back inside before temperatures drop below 60 degrees at night and keep it out of direct sun. Should I clean the leaves? Yes. Dust blocks light. Wipe the leaves with a damp, soft cloth once a month. Don't use leaf shine sprays. They clog the pores or stomata of the leaves. All right, let's wrap up everything we covered today. Dracaenas are beautiful, air-purifying, and forgiving houseplants that thrive indoors. Give them bright, indirect light, but they'll tolerate medium or low light. Water when the top half to 3/4 of the soil is dry, and never let them sit in standing water. Use well-draining soil with perlite. Average humidity is fine, but they appreciate a little extra. Fertilize only during spring and summer at half strength. Prune to encourage bushier growth. Propagate to make free plants. And watch for brown tips, yellow leaves, and pests. Here's the most important thing to remember. Dracaenas don't need perfect care. They need consistent care. Don't obsess, don't hover. Just check the soil once or twice a week, water when it's dry, and your plant will reward you with years of growth. If you have a Dracaena at home, let me know in the comments. Which variety do you have? Marginata? Fragrans? Lemon lime? Post a picture, I'd love to see it. And if you're new to the Daddy Plant, hit that subscribe button. We put out new plant care videos every week. No fluff, no plant shaming, just real tips for real plant parents. Thanks for watching. Take care of your plants and they'll take care of you. See you in the next video. Bye for now.